that our tour became more like a cat watching tour. Hello everyone, today we're going to explore the Bay of Kotor and we're starting in Kotor itself.
The Bay of Kotor, also known as Poka, is a winding bay of the Adriatic Sea in the southwestern Montenegro. It offers beautiful views, a place for an epic road trip and idyllic villages. And what better to start exploring this bay by visiting the town named after this bay, Kotor.
A good way to start your day in Kotor is climbing the stairs up, because later on it will be too hot, to the fortress. And they have increased prices a lot. Last time I was here, it's 8 years ago anyway, it was €3 to get up. Now it's €8 to get up. But the views you get along the way is definitely worth seeing. Also, last time when I was here, there's also a free way to enter the fortress, and that's to take the steps of Kotor, La Trappa, the Kotor just a little bit next to the old town, and you walk up there, and then there's a window where you can squeeze into the fortress. But the last things I read online is that they discovered that people were doing that, so there should be a guard nowadays covering that area, so you can't enter it for free anymore.
So this is the way up St. John's Fortress, also known by locals as San Giovanni Fortress. The fortress is located 280 meters above sea level. When you are climbing up to the fortress, you will witness a picturesque view of Kotor and the Bay of Kotor. There are 1,350 steps going up, which may be challenging for some, but there are places to rest on the way. Luckily, you never have to do this walk on your own.
They say that the first inhabitants roaming Kotor city walls were the cats. But it's a bit strange to think, right? Because who else is going to build the city walls if the first ones were the cats? But still, there are a lot of cats around Kotor.
From the fortress, it is time to go into the old town of Kotor and get some refreshments.
If you want to keep me hydrated during our walk through Kotor, it costs €1.50 for a bottle of water here inside. You can also go outside Kotor to go to the supermarket for 40 cents. But don't forget to subscribe, because that keeps me going as well.
The old town of Kotor has some great medieval architectural monuments. Its beauty is complemented with the multitude of narrow streets, squares and markets. The old nucleus of Kotor today is considered to be the best preserved medieval urban entity in the Mediterranean. But if you thought only people are living here, then you are mistaken.
I think while we're walking around that our tour became more like a cat watching tour, with cats everywhere in the city in Kotor. And some of them are very cute places.
Cats are part of Kotor and locals take good care of them. They have a long history here and even protect the city. Because Kotor is a town between sea and mountains, there were also lots of mice, rats and snakes, and it was necessary to have cats in the town to protect it. But when you are in the town, don't limit yourself by only getting lost in the side streets.
Besides walking the streets in Kotor, you can also walk on the city walls, which have stood here for centuries. And I'm a bit mixed about what I should feel about walking here. On the one hand, it's very nice to have a higher view over old town Kotor. You can see up the fortress that we walked to before. On the other hand, if you then look over the city wall into the rest of Kotor, I'm thinking that's not the most prettiest area, but it's nice to have a look up higher here from the city.
Besides Kotor, there are more places to explore along Kotor Bay. Another must visit is Perast, which made its appearance in history books around 1336 and has today around 269 inhabitants.
From Kotor, it's a 15 minutes drive to reach Perast, which is basically one street, looks really pretty, and finally we got some rain to cool down as well. It looks even better if you have a boat and can see it from the water, which we did before. But for now it's kind of annoying that, well, it looks car free, still cars are passing through, and one hotel has those golf car buggies. And If the bus car passes through, the public bus, that's really squeezes here. But besides that, I must say, it looks a little bit like Italy or something, but it is still Montenegro. Really nice.
Yes, it indeed looks a bit like Italy. Some people would even describe it as a chunk from Venice that settled itself here on Kotor Bay. Which isn't strange, because its history ties closely with Italy. It has since a long time free trade with the Republic of Venice, and it had the right to guard the Venetian flag of St. Mark after 1654. But here is a last practical tip when you do this trip yourself.
Be prepared, even in summer the weather can be very changeable with thunderstorms in between. It even starts to rain now a little bit. But Kotor and Perast are great places to visit as a one-day trip here at Kotor Bay. But if you want to do something else, why don't you check out this video and go with me on a sailing cruise here at Kotor Bay.